your infraspinatus right here. Okay, it's a part of your rotator cuff. It does external rotation, which is this right here. It also is responsible if you're trying to do like arm balance or anything and you're trying to push down, hug in, rotate your shoulder, anything that's gonna bring this part of your arm closer to your spine. Even if it's an isometric contraction, which means a contraction without movement. So even if you're not moving like this, but you're still contracting it, that's still gonna cause trigger points. And that's what I wanna work on. Personally, I'm feeling like I have some. I get this referral pain down my arm and into my wrist. It almost feels like I actually have a wrist problem with having things like this before and with treating so many people with similar problems. I know that it's not actually coming from my wrist, it's actually coming from my shoulder. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that.
Just to reference back to that anatomy poster at the beginning, this is your infraspinatus. It is that bright red muscle in this photo. It sits on top of, attaches to the actual scapula or your shoulder blade. It attaches into your humerus, your arm bone. So that's why it can pull your arm into an external rotation and also stabilize your arm. But it's important to remember that this muscle doesn't act on its own. Everything works as a unit. This is just an anatomical photo so that you kind of have a reference. This is the whole back. There are many, many layers and many, many things happening all at once.
So here's your ball. You're gonna put it here, okay? It's gonna come down here. It can go over here off of your shoulder blade. You can roll it so that it's down here under your shoulder blade. That's gonna get more of your lats and a bit of your serratus anterior. Then you can bring it up here, teres major, teres minor, and then you can bring it back up onto the infraspinatus again. And then of course your posterior deltoid is right here, so you can roll in this area. I say my goal is infraspinatus. It definitely is, but everything works together. Your body doesn't work, you know, using just one muscle. When you're doing an external rotation or stabilization of the shoulder, it's not just one muscle working or moving. They all work as a unit. It's like if you have a knit sweater and you pull on one of the strings, the whole sweater is gonna bunch up towards that one little string that's being pulled on. Our muscles, our fascia, everything that's connected, it kind of works in the same way. So let's go ahead and release it. I'm gonna put the ball right where I told you to and hold it there. I can already feel it. Right now I'm moving my body this way, so the ball is moving more towards my spine. It's still on my scapula, my shoulder blade. I can feel pain, a referral pattern going down my arm into my elbow. And I move my body up. Okay, so I just found a spot that is really, really intense. And what you do is you just hold it. You hold it until it goes away a little bit. Just working on trigger points. You're working on warming the muscle up, spreading out the fibers. It's like when you push on a rubber band, the rubber band, it's stretching, right? So when we're pushing on a muscle, we're like stretching it. We're flattening all of the fibers out. So if they're kind of like this, and I come in from the top and I push down, and on the other side is bone, then what's gonna happen is it's just gonna flatten out. I mean, ideally, it's just gonna flatten out. And I do this while I watch TV, I do this while I listen to a podcast, I do this for as long as I need to, until I feel sore, to be honest. And then afterwards, I ice it for about 10 to 15 minutes or until my skin feels kind of numb. And it's a step-by-step progress. Like you work on it every day for a few days until it starts to feel better, and it'll go away and then it might come back if you're doing the same repetitive movements. It's just your muscles building up strength and getting used to being used a little bit differently if that's what you're doing. I've been working a lot more on practicing like handstand and forearm stands, and just workshopping some different things. So I know what it's from. I'm not freaked out by it. I've had it before. So now I know what to do about it, and now I know how to keep it from getting really, really bad so that I can't practice anymore. Anyways, those are my tips and tricks. If they helped you out, let me know. You know, give it a like, a little heart, share it if it helped. Let me know if you have any muscle in your body that you're like feeling a lot of pain in, or any area, and you know, I've probably worked on it before. So let me know. I can probably help, and chat soon.